Hey, welcome back to another video. We back in the garage again, and I'm your host, Chris. So, I left a short a while ago about the next car that I'll be featuring in this video. It is the Alfa Romeo, and we're gonna go Italian today. So, with that being said, we're gonna get to the video. But before we do that, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel for all you new people who just seeing this for the first time. And like I said, always keep your notifications open and turned on so that whenever I drop a video, y'all guys will be the first to get it and see it. So with that being said, let's go Italian, baby. All right. So I showed y'all the car in the short, but what I did was I ended up putting it back in the box. I just wanted to check it out, make sure everything was good with it and stuff like that. So that's one thing I always, tend to do whenever I get something new. I usually want to check it out and make sure it's good. Because, sometimes cars can have defects too. It could be a part or a piece missing. It could be a scratch. It could be a paint defect. It could be any of those things. But, that's what we have to go through as die-cast car enthusiasts. We have to make sure our cars are good. We have to make sure that they are what we want them to be. So this is the Alfa Romeo. Now, the name itself is pronounced a certain way, but it's spelled Tonale. So I'm not sure how many people got the pronunciation of this car right off the back, but in case you don't know the pronunciation of this car, some people might think it says a toenail or toenail, but it's not. It's actually tonale. 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 Or if you want to do it in the Italian way, tonale. Tonale. So that's how it's pronounced. Tonale. And I had to look it up for myself because I wanted to make sure it was being pronounced right. I wasn't sure how this was pronounced. So I had to look up the pronunciation of it and hear the pronunciation so that I could make sure that I was saying it the right way. So it's definitely pronounced tonale. But let's get into the specifics of this tonale. The Alfa Romeo Tonale is a compact luxury SUV featuring a plug-in hybrid powertrain with a 1.3-liter turbocharged four-cylinder engine and an electric motor, generating a combined 285 horsepower and 347 pound-feet of torque, providing an estimated all-electric range of around 30 miles. It comes standard with all-wheel drive and a 6-speed automatic transmission, and is known for its sporty driving dynamics with Alfa Romeo's DNA drive mode system, allowing for customization of driving experience. Key features include a modern interior design, advanced technology, and a starting MSRP around 45 grand. Okay? So that is the specifics with the Alfa Romeo Tonale. And let's see, has modern infotainment system with large touchscreen, advanced driver assistance systems, spacious and comfortable interior, sporty exterior design with Alfa Romeo signature styling cues. Okay, so as they say here, you can see that the starting price for the Tonale is around 45 grand. Um, and so that's a bit of the specifics with the Tonale. But let's look at the model itself. So let's look at the overall design of it first and foremost. Now, as you can see from the front end right there, you can see the Alfa Romeo badge right in the middle of the grille, the signature grille. You can spot an Alfa Romeo from anywhere when you see that signature grille, you know. And also, if you guys didn't notice, if you look at the overall shape of this SUV, there's actually another SUV they made exactly from this design, and that is the Dodge Hornet. So for those who may not be aware that Dodge does have another SUV in the lineup, which is the Hornet. It is new, and they actually took the Tonale and rebadged it as a Dodge Hornet. Of course, they had to make some changes with it, changing the front grille and things like that. Made it, they're going to make a couple of changes with it. But Dodge definitely took this Alfa Romeo Tonale and made it into the Hornet. And as you can see right there, the name Tonale is right on the side of the car. I've actually never seen them do it like that before, but you can see the name clearly right there. If you look closely, it's right there. So it does say Tonale right there. And how can you forget their signature wheels? And it does have the Alfa Romeo badge right in the center of the rims there. You can see the brakes and the rotors in between. Nice attention to detail right there. I love this color green. And this Tonale does come in two colors, which is this green here. And then I'm going to show you the red one, which is this one right here. It also comes in red. So right now, for the moment, these are the only two colors that they have for it. But let's get back to this one. Okay, so as I turn it to the back, you can see it has sort of like the clear tail light lenses. And you can see the red beyond it inside of the clear lenses. But then you can also see the Alfa Romeo badge right in the center there. And then you see the Tonale writing right beneath it. And then in big letters down on the bottom where the license plate usually is, you see it also says Tonale. And I assume that I don't know. Hold up, wait a minute, let me check. Okay. From first glance, I thought maybe this is where the exhaust was supposed to come from, but now when I flip it over, I can actually see that the exhaust tips are right there. Okay, so let's look under it. Of course, the brand is Burago. I did get this from AliExpress, and they do sell Burago as well. And you can see right there on the bottom it says Alfa Romeo Tonale, and the scale, which is 124. And nothing really spectacular on the bottom of it. It says UKCA. But, you know, other than that, it's really nothing spectacular about the bottom. You know, just a regular plastic bottom, you know, as usual with a lot of these diecast scale models. But Burago is the brand. Now, as far as opening parts, we do have opening doors, which the two front doors does open. All right, and let's see if we can get a view inside the interior. Okay, now as you can see, there is a touch screen right there in the center, and not too much going on on the inside. It does look like it's something on the screen there. If I'm not mistaken, it does look like it's something on the screen. And very simplistic on the inside. You know, not too much detail is going on there. Let's see if we can get a view from this angle. And as you can see, it's not really much. Yeah, it's not really too much going on the interior. It's not a whole lot. So, I mean, okay, there we go. So you can see it's not a whole lot going on in the interior there. You can actually see the Alfa Romeo logo on the steering wheel right in the center. But other than that, it's not really too much going on. So yeah. All right. So we also have an opening hood. It's the same thing underneath there. Not much going on there as well. If you look right there, right here, it says Alfa Romeo. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but you can see the Alfa Romeo name right in the center right there on top of the engine cover. So not much detail on the engine as well. You see parts and pieces, no colors or anything. So like I said, it's very simplistic, you know, not too much, you know, but you could tell there's like different engine pieces and parts there. Very detailed as far as doing that, but no color has been added. You know, everything is just black. But these are the only opening parts to this. The hatch does not open. It does not open. And that's about it. You know, I really like this right here. I was gonna get this sooner, but what happened was there was another car that I wanted before this one, so I had put this on the back burner for a second until I was able to get the car that I wanted first. Not saying that I didn't want this one, but I think the desire to have the other one, I wanted more than I did this one. So I did put in an order for the other one. And then I came back and purchased this one. So this was one of my SUVs that I wanted to get a hold of. But all in all, the overall design, I like it. It's great. Like I said, they have, some detail. I do love the fact that they, added detail to the tail lights in the back. The detail, the clear lenses. You can see the red beyond it. The badges look really nice on it. Um, I like the wheels. I like the front, the badging on the front, the clear lenses on the and on the headlights. Um, but other than that, it's not a lot of detail. It's not a whole lot to really look at. As far as this goes, so you know, I mean, it's your typical 124 scale average, model. And you kind of you kind of look at it and say, yeah, it's nice. It's good to have. It's good to have something new in the collection that you want to get a hold of and say, yeah, I got that. Um, and you guys already know how I feel about these models when it comes to opening parts and things like that. I mean, and yes, they did give me the front doors and the hood, but you already know how I feel about these cars. I feel like, you know, all of this stuff should be able to open, but they only limit you to certain opening parts, and that's why I continue to stress why I buy these cars. Well, China specific models, because they make sure you have access to all the opening parts that's supposed to open on them. And these notable brands, they only do a limit on opening parts, so they're going to give you an open hood and maybe two front doors, or two front doors and the rear hatch. So if you do two front doors and a rear hatch, you're not going to get an opening hood. But if you get an opening hood and two front doors, you're not going to get a rear hatch opening. So that's how they kind of limit it. And I wish they would come out of that and just open all the parts on it. I think it would be better for the brand, to be honest. I just don't like the fact that they make these nice cars and they don't give you the option to be able to open all the parts that's supposed to open. And that's just my personal opinion when it comes to these scale models. If you're going to directly transform the realism of these models into the car itself, then go all the way with it. Add all the opening parts to it. That's all I'm saying. But that's just my personal opinion. To each his own. But that's just personally how I feel about this. But other than that, I mean, I think this truck is nice. I actually think this truck is really nice, and that's why I purchased it. And other than opening doors, I really don't have a complaint about this. I really think this is a really nice truck. I think they did a good job on the details, even though, you don't get much as far as color. Like I said, the engine is just a plain black, simplistic. Interior is just a plain black, everything black, simplistic. Everything is just simple. You know, um, it's sometimes I feel like it could be worth going the extra mile to give us this or give us a little bit of that, to give the car a little bit of intrigue. But you know, as I stated once before, it's my personal opinion. But other than that, like I think the Tonale is really a nice truck. And this is just another one that's being added to the collection. And I wanted to show you guys what I have here, and just kind of show you what this Tonale consists of, and what I got. So to those who don't have the Tonale, it's a good thing because now you get to actually sit and watch and pay attention to what I have, and then that way you can base your decision on whether you want to get one for your collection or not based on what you see here. So I hope this helped for anybody who was thinking about getting one of these, and I hope it really helped out, your decision as to whether you want to buy one or not. Personally, I think you should. I really think this is nice. And how many times do you often see how many times have we actually seen a lot of Alfa Romeos? I mean, there are a few that they did. Barago did do a few. I mean, they do specialize in a lot of Italian cars. Ferrari, to be specific, they do a lot of Italian cars. Barago does. They it's like they're the specialty in Italian cars. So they have done some Alfa Romeos in the past. And so I just hope they continue to push the narrative about, a lot of other Italian cars, and I'm glad that they're still pushing out the Alfa Romeo. I mean, because we all know that they push out a lot of Ferrari. A lot of Ferrari. So, it'll be nice to have more of these other Italian cars, to be branded and sold to, the diecast scale enthusiasts like myself and a lot of others who enjoy collecting these models. But that is my Alfa Romeo Tonale. And let's get a shot. Let's just get a roundabout shot of this nice model. And as you can see, this thing is fly, man. I like it. I can't complain. It's a really nice truck. And like I said, for what it's worth, I don't regret spending my money on it. I think it's nice. I think it's a really nice truck. So that's just. But in any case, that's my Alfa Romeo Tonale. Like, comment, subscribe. Put down in the comments. Let me know what you think about the Alfa Romeo Tonale. And let me know if I've helped you to make your decision as to whether you want to purchase one or not. Personally, I think you should. They're really nice. It's good to have in your collection. But like, comment, subscribe, share this video, show it to people who just might be getting into the diecast car community, and see what they think. But, that's the end of this video, unfortunately. And until next time, you guys, y'all go on about your day, and thanks.